Welcome to Wimbledon, Naomi. First question, please.
Naomi, how are you feeling entering Wimbledon and your adjustment to the grass and everything?
I would say I'm feeling pretty good. I was able to play a couple matches on grass, so I'm happy about that. And I don't know, I feel like I've entered my mom mode because Shy is here, so I've just been getting her used to the jet lag and everything.
How different does it feel to have Shy here then?
I mean, I would say just the past two tournaments she wasn't here, but she's been here the last Wimbledon. But I would say it's different in terms of like I'll probably go to sleep at 8 p.m. because that's when she goes to sleep. So I think we both wear each other out, and then bright and early at 7:30 we'll both wake up.
Naomi, it's Anthony here from Quality Shot Tennis. That's only your fifth time playing Wimbledon.
Oh, wow.
How, as opposed to other slams you've played at least 8, 9 times, what does Wimbledon mean to you at this point in your career? What do you think of when you think of Wimbledon?
Honestly, I think I probably have a better relationship with Wimbledon now. I definitely appreciate it more. I feel like for me, growing up, I just loved watching all the players that were my favorite wear their whites and play on the grass, especially, Serena and Venus and Roger with his like cool little vest thing that I know he wore one year. But yeah, for me, I wouldn't say it was like, the US Open or anything. There's like a special type of feeling because I also grew up there. So I don't know. I think I'm getting used to it more and more. I feel a little bit more comfortable moving on grass now, so.
Naomi, since the time that you spoke out about mental health, what are your observations on what the tours have and haven't done for the players?
I mean, I feel like the tour, or more like tournaments and Grand Slams, they've all kind of adapted quickly, and it was quite good of them. They all have like quiet rooms, and I know that the WTA has, therapists that you can talk to. I don't know if therapist is the correct word, but they have like a designated person that you can talk to. So I think that that's really good of them. But I've also been away for like a year and a half after that. So yeah, I guess I'll take more of a look around and let you know.
Is there something you'd most like to see added?
Added. I'll take a tour of the facility and let you know.
Naomi, you've played Coco when she was quite young, and you've seen her through the years. I'm wondering, what did you make of how she won the French Open and just what she's been able to do?
For me, I'm super proud of her. I remember I hit with her when she was quite young, but she's still young. But it was back when Key Biscayne was like in Key Biscayne, or the Miami Open was in Key Biscayne, so that should tell you how young she was. But yeah, it's really cool, I would say, to see how much she's grown, and it also, I guess, reminds me how much athletes can inspire people. And she inspires me a lot, and I hope that, one day I can play as well on clay as she does. And I think it's really, really incredible how far she's come from when I first saw her.
Howard.
Hi, Naomi. Wanted to ask you if you recall the first time you ever set foot on a grass court, when and where it was, and what your first impressions were of the surface?
Unless I'm making this up in my head, which happens often, I think the first time I played on grass, it was in the UK, and it might have been like a 50K or something like that. And I actually think I made it to the final, just like not knowing what I was doing. I was literally like hitting every ball because I figured I couldn't run too well on the surface. So obviously for first impressions, it wasn't bad. And it does make me excited to think about what I could do on grass. Yeah, I would say there's potential there, and I hope to unlock it.
Also, just want to ask, temperature is supposed to increase this coming week. Nothing maybe
Perfect.
compared to what we see in the US or in Australia, say, but hotter than it's been around here. Is there anything in particular you do differently to prepare when you're going to play a match in higher temperatures?
No, I just tell myself I'm from Florida. I think that's the cool thing about being raised in so many different places. You can like pick and choose what to say. Like if it's hot, I tell myself I'm from Florida. If I'm in a city, I tell myself I'm from New York. Like you can just pick and choose.
Thanks.
Ben?
Just wondering, when you talk about your travel schedule with Shy, like how have you decided since you've had her and since came back to tour, like how much she would travel, how much she wouldn't travel, and how has that maybe been different than what you sort of expected when you were imagining being a mom on tour?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a little different, or I mean, I feel like everyone's journey is different, but growing up, not growing up, being on tour, there wasn't that many moms on tour. And the ones that I did see, like Tatiana Maria, her daughter's always with her. And then, of course, Serena, her daughter was always with her. Vika, I think her son was with her majority of the time. So there are like a lot of examples. I think I see Benchic's daughter with her a lot. It's super cute. I see her on court just sitting there. Svitolina, I don't think I see her daughter. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like you can kind of take all that information and obviously like see what works best for you. But I think for me, I know that Shy's base is in America, so I don't necessarily want to take her out of like a structured home, knowing that she might only be in one place for like a couple days or something like that. So I usually just take her to like swings or slams or things like that. Obviously, Japan when I play those tournaments, but so far that's kind of the schedule that I've had with her.
David?
Hello, Naomi. Recently at the French Open, your coach Patrick Mouratoglou made a statement that there aren't really many stars in women's tennis anymore as maybe a reason for why women weren't getting scheduled at the night session at all. I wonder whether you'd heard that and whether you had any thoughts about it.
No, I didn't hear that. But I don't know, maybe we should do a powwow about the things that he says. Totally off topic, but sometimes I scroll on Instagram and he pops up and I'm like, oh wow, and then I keep scrolling, but
Do you ever talk to him about anything that he says and debate with him?
you know what's interesting is I'm probably the player that doesn't pay attention to anything like that happens during tournaments. So usually I'd have someone update me, like one of my team members. But no, as regards to what he said, I didn't know that the French Open didn't schedule any women, but that's kind of for how long the entire.
It's 2 years in a row that they haven't scheduled any women in the night session match.
But didn't I play Iga at night? Oh, that was like afternoon or something?
It was the third match on a day session, yeah.
Oh, well, it felt like nighttime to me. Yeah, it felt dark. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of weird. Like, I do think women's tennis has a lot of really big names, or stars, and I don't know. I guess I'll talk to him at practice about that today. I'll let you know what he says.
Thank you.
I'll make yours the last questions.
Naomi, hi. So you say that you feel a bit more comfortable moving on grass now. So what are your expectations here these 2 weeks, or your hopes?
I mean, yeah, I've kind of learned not to have expectations on myself. I put a lot of pressure, especially as time goes on. I feel like I want to do better, which is obviously normal. But my hopes or my dreams would be to do well here. I think, I can only take it one match at a time, and I say this often, but I would probably go smaller than that and try to take it 1 point at a time and try to make the best with the opportunity that I have and just try to be thankful to be here.